up, everyone? It's Phoenix here, bringing you guys another reaction. Yes, we are back. I am finished with school for now. I do have a summer class. But I am finished for now. And so we're going to be doing a lot of reactions this week, so you can expect a lot of videos. So, let's just get right into it. This time, we are reacting to Disney's Maleficent, Mistress of Evil, Maleficent 2. So let's just see what this is all about. I liked Maleficent the first time, so let's see how they're going to top it this time. Whoa. That's good.
I remember the story of an evil witch.
When I look out my window,
And the princess she cursed to sleep forever.
many sights to see.
The story became legend.
And when I look in,
But this is no fairy tale.
so many different.
There are many who prey on the innocent. I'm sure your kind would agree.
If I didn't know better, I'd say you were making a threat.
Well, do you?
Do I what?
No better.
What have you done?
Let's be the season of the witch. Let's be the season of the witch. Let's be a season of the
Okay. Let's see that again. Let's go back and see that again. Very interesting. Okay.
I remember the story of an evil witch.
When I look out my
Huh.
window,
And the princess she cursed to sleep forever.
many sights to see.
The story became legend.
And when I look in,
But this is no fairy tale.
so many different.
There are many who prey on the innocent. I'm
Interesting.
sure your kind would agree.
If I didn't know better, I'd say you were making a threat.
Well, do you?
Do I what?
No better.
What have you done?
Let's be the season of the witch. Let's be the season of the
Wow.
witch.
Okay.
Season of
Let's talk about it. Alright. So let's talk about Maleficent. I like what I'm seeing here. Because what I do enjoy Maleficent, there are some problems that I personally have with it. I do not like the idea of Maleficent being good. Maleficent is probably one of my top favorite Disney villains. Like, I feel like she has so much to her, yet not at the same time that it makes her character so great. She is pure, chaotic evil. Like, she is pure chaos evil in the original fairy tale. In Sleeping Beauty, and with Aurora, and basically manipulating the kings and queens and their daughter, going after her. And so when Maleficent first came out, I was like, I always find it fascinating to hear the story from the villain side. Because it is very rare that the protagonist is the villain. There are stories where the protagonist is the villain, but most of the time the protagonist is usually the hero, or at least the anti-hero. But Maleficent was the idea of telling Sleeping Beauty through the villain side, making the villain the protagonist and the heroes the antagonists by default. And so it was very interesting, this idea, especially with one of the major Disney villains. Like, I feel like you could do this with also, Lady Tremaine, and have this, like, evil undertone, tell it from the stepmother story, or, tell it from Gaston's, point of view. I think that's so fascinating to look at a story through the villain side and understand, one, their rationale, their motive, and also understand, like, their thought process, like, what makes them go to this level. And so, at the end of the movie, when Maleficent becomes basically good, I do have issues with that. Like, it's a great film. I love it. I loved it when I saw it. I don't know, I haven't seen it in a while, so I'll have to rewatch it. But I like the idea. I liked the idea of, telling it through the villain side, but they kind of made Maleficent a little bit too good, in my opinion. And so now this sequel, I feel like it could be even better than the first, if they really emphasize why Maleficent is truly evil, the mistress of evil, like the most evil person on the planet that rivals the devil himself. I feel like if they do that, that would make it a beautiful series, because it is very rare we ever get to see a story told through the villain's perspective. I'm okay with, it being Maleficent is the one that, takes care of Aurora, and she's the one, Aurora, that helps Aurora come back to, to life, the kiss of true love. I'm okay with that. But what I'm not okay with is making this great villain into a good person, because I feel like Maleficent has always leaned chaotic evil, which basically means, there is no, like, you do evil for no reason, basically. It's basically the chaos evil of the moral compass. There's chaos evil, and then there's, the different types of evil. When you look at a moral compass, it is, there's different ways of describing how evil some person is. Like, there's chaotic evil, and there's chaotic good. Like, you try to do good, but it's still morally evil. Like, it's almost like a rationale. There's different types. There's also lawfully evil. You abide by the law, but there's so many different types of evil. Like, lawful evil is more like you have a method to your madness. Like, there's a code of conduct. There's a reason behind every evil act. But I always felt like, and then there's like neutral evil, where you're more whatever you can get away with. So as long as you can get away with it, then you're fine with it. I can steal this pencil, and if I get away, I can get away because I can get away with it. And then there's chaotic evil. Chaotic evil character does whatever his greed, hatred, and lust for destruction drive him to do. So basically, it does whatever he wants. And I feel like Maleficent has always been that. Maybe she has some rationale behind her actions, but I feel like Maleficent has always been more of a chaotic evil than like a neutral evil or a lawful evil. She has always been more of a chaotic evil villain. And so I want that to still be there. Like, if you want to make Maleficent a little bit more good, then that's fine, I guess. But she still needs to be that mistress of evil. Have that resonate in her character. Like, have that chaotic evil really shine. Because she is Maleficent. Like, it's not, like, it's literally in her name. It's literally in her name. You know, Maleficent means causing harm or destruction, especially by supernatural means. Like, it's literally in the name, you know, the mal. She has to do mal in order to be Maleficent. You know, she has to actually be Maleficent in order to be Maleficent. Like, I feel like if you change that about her, you're taking away the character that is built within her. And so I really do hope that in the sequel, we really see her becoming evil, and more evil than ever. Because while you, like, there are certain villains that really shouldn't and couldn't be redeemed, and I feel like Maleficent is one of them. Now, they did it in the first movie, but I really want her to stay evil, because I feel like she works best when she is that way. Now, I feel like in the sequel, they are gonna probably redeem her again. Like, she's probably gonna do evil things, and she's probably gonna, you know, be redeemed for it. But I really want them to keep her chaotic evil. Anyways, comment down below. What do you guys think? You know, what do you think of this trailer? What do you want to see in this sequel? Do you agree with me? You know, do you think that Maleficent should stay, you know, chaotic evil, or should she, you know, switch up her moral compass a little bit? Let me know down in the comments. Leave a like if you guys enjoyed this. Don't forget to subscribe for more content. And peace out, guys. It's been a blast.